Hey guys, this is Kev with Kev-D Fitness, and I wanted to take you through another one of my leg routines. As you know, I do two leg routines every week, one on Tuesday, one on Friday. They're a little bit different. And I'm going to link my other leg routine video, the one I do on Tuesdays, up here, so you can check that out if you're interested. Here, this is just my last warm-up set. I start off with squats in this routine. And I do 4 or 5 warm-up sets to get ready. I start off with my body weight and just slowly increase weight, start putting on plates, just to warm up my joints, to warm up my muscles, and to get my central nervous system really ready and myself mentally prepared to throw some weight on the bar and really start squatting. Here I'm going for in this workout, I'm going to be doing 4 sets of squats. My goal is 7 reps per set, and I hit that on all 4 sets. I'm gonna show you only 3 sets here. This is my first set here. This is 325 high bar squat, and for me personally, it is a personal best. I've never. This is the most that I have squatted before. Of all time. Most overall weight on the bar. My progression scheme on my squats, guys, so let me just break this down to you, how I've been progressing and have had a lot of success. In the past, I've had problems where I've been I'm like, oh, squats, it's big muscles, I can just start throwing the weight on, no problem. And I'd be trying to go up 5 pounds a week, and I would always run into problems, where my form started to degrade, and I would start to get stuck and not make any progress. And so what I did was I slowed down my progress. And so how I'm progressing now is, for example, last week, I did 320 pounds for 4 sets of 8. When I hit my 4 sets of 8, I bumped the weight by 5 pounds on the bar. Then I dropped my number of reps down to 7. This gives me the opportunity for my body to adapt to the amount of weight I'm working with, and by dropping it that one rep on each set, it just allows me to make a little bit slower progress. And then the next week, when I hit I've hit 325 now. I hit it for 7 in this workout. Next week, I'm going to come in and I'm going to go 325 and do 4 sets of 8. And to be honest with you guys, I probably could have got 4 sets of 8 here, but I found that I've made good progress following this protocol, and I don't want to start to get stuck. What I found that is that a lot of times my core was my limiting factor, and this slow progression has allowed me to really strengthen my core. On top of the fact that in my Tuesday leg routine, which I did link and which has been up for over a month now on my channel, you'll see I do beltless squats. Here I'm using a belt. The belt gives me, I feel, about 20 extra pounds that I can work with. That's it for me, But I always used the belt, and I found that it just didn't. You could start to rely on the belt, and my core wasn't strong enough. I said, you know what? I'm dropping the equipment. I'm dropping the belt, and I'm gonna work, and I'm dropping the weight, that I'm working with, and I'm gonna work on my form, and I'm gonna work on, really strengthening my core. And as you can see here, guys, just a couple tips on form. I don't think you see my feet here. It's very important to have your toes pointing outwards. This opens up your hips and makes squatting much easier, and especially much easier on your knees. And if you notice, I try to keep my arms from flaring backwards. That will make you want to round over a little bit more on your back. So when you're holding the bar, have your elbows pointed almost so your elbows are perpendicular to the floor. So guys, that's my squats. As you can see, I was starting to get hot. I dropped the hat. I work out in the basement. It's I live in upstate New York. It's winter time, and it is been just frigid cold, and so my basement's not very warm. So I start off with the hat, and I had to drop it. So here, my next exercise I do is I do leg curls. I'm doing them single leg. as I've stated before, I like to do single leg or single arm exercises. Like, here I have my single leg curls or single arm dumbbell rows. It allows you to work one side at a time and helps you to get rid of muscle imbalances. Me personally, I have in my hamstrings, which this exercise targets the hamstrings, I have muscle imbalance where my right hamstring is much bigger and stronger than my left hamstring. And there you see I'm doing my right leg. I like to reach back there, and you could feel your hamstring contracting. It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool, guys. When you get up to that level, you really got some hams. It's pretty cool to reach back there and feel like, oh my gosh, it's, all that muscle back there. Not that I have all that much muscle, but you know what I mean. It's like an accomplishment. So my protocol on this is I do 3 sets, guys, and I aim for 8 to 10 reps for all 3 of my sets. When I get to 10 reps for all 3 of my sets, I bump up the weight, and I'm going up gradually. I'm only making 2.5 pound, increasing by 2.5 pounds. And what I really like about moving down to one leg is it's really a lot of times in leg curls, you see guys moving their butts up and down big time. I've minimized that to a decent degree. Not the greatest, but a decent degree. When your butt's moving up and down, your hamstrings aren't doing the load. Your glutes are, and your hips. So here I got leg press set up. I got 205 pounds on there. I think maybe 210. I don't remember off the top of my head. And what I'm going to be doing is I'm going back to the single leg exercise, guys. So here I'm starting off my left leg. My left leg is my dominant leg for my quads. It's the opposite of my right leg, where my right leg is dominant in hamstrings, dominant in the quads, and it's a very visible difference. I mean, I don't know if you've seen the recent picture I put up, but you can see that my left quads are much bigger. The teardrops I have on my left quad are far superior to my right quad. But and I just do here again my protocol. I do 4 sets here, and I aim for 8 to 10 reps, just like I usually do. If I find that when I get to 10 and I just feel like, oh, I've got so much more left in the tank, I will pump out, try to go to 12. And I'm going almost all the way up and down. As I'm watching this now, I feel like I might be able to get a little bit lower in my motion there. I don't have that much lower to go just by looking at the leg press machine, but an extra 6 inches would help. Just increase that range of motion. You're just doing more work for your quad. And additionally, I like to put a little bit of a pause at the bottom. That way, get rid of that rebound effect at the bottom, and your muscles work more to move the weight. There, I'm going to start focusing where I actually stop and count for my pause, because I feel, as you saw in that video, I like to get a second pause, and I wasn't getting a full second of pause down there. And some of them, I don't think I was even getting a pause. So I'm going to make that conscious effort to count out 1/1000 at the bottom and then explode up. I did that on my last set. That was just my first set, and I found it very, very helpful. And I felt a lot more stimulation in my quad muscles themselves. Here we go, guys. Last exercise of the workout: Romanian deadlifts. Romanian deadlifts are great, guys, for building up your hamstrings. Great for the glutes. A couple tips on this exercise, guys. It's okay to bend a little bit at the knees. That's what makes them a Romanian deadlift. As you can see, I'm doing. You want your first part of the motion to shoot your hips back. That's going to engage your hams and your glutes, and go down as comfortably low as you can. You want to get a good stretch. Feel that stretch in your hamstrings. That's what you're looking for. And then on the way up, you want to thrust your hips forward and flex your glutes, and that will really activate, of course, your glutes and your hamstrings. Here I switched up the view. As you can see, I just use chalk. I don't use straps, and I use an over-under grip. I was just using an overhand grip, and I was having a tough time holding the bar, so I switched to an over-under grip. Another thing with Romanian deadlifts, guys, and here I got 300 pounds in the bar, nothing super spectacular, but it is a personal record. This was a personal record for me. I did 3 sets of 8 at 300 pounds. I was pretty happy. You know, my form was pretty good until really the last set. I felt it wasn't great. Here you can see I'm keeping my back very straight, guys, and very tight. I breathe in at the top, get a good big full breath of air, and you can see here this is a great exercise also for your back. I mean, obviously your lower back, but your upper back as well. I mean, you're holding all that weight, it really hits the traps, and if you bring it back and you really squeeze back your shoulder blades like I'm doing, and you can kind of see it even through my shirt, you can see the muscles in my upper back flexing. This is really a great exercise for, you know, a lot of different muscles in your body. So guys, I highly recommend Romanian deadlifts. So that's the workout, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. There's a shot of me showing some hams, showing some progress. Please do subscribe to the channel, and please do click like. Thanks, guys.